So Llpsi, welcome to this video lesson on chapter 25, and we are looking here at the beginning of section 2. We had just started into this. Quintus had asked why had so many Athenians, or why were so many Athenians being sent to certain death. That's in lines 42 and 43. And then Sira, starting in line 44, says, Rex Minos, King Minos, qui tunc Cretam regebat, who then was ruling Crete, paucis annis, within a few years, ante, earlier, urbem Athenas bello expugnavrat, had conquered the city of Athens in war. Post expugnationem urbis, after the conquest or the defeat of the city, Minos, Cupidus auri atque sanguinis non modo magnum pecuniam, sed etiam homines vivos ab Atheniensibus postulaverat. So Minos, desirous of gold, auri, and of blood, sanguinis, not only had demanded non modo postulaverat, great money, magnum pecuniam, but also living human beings, homines vivos, from the Athenians. So essentially this was the tribute that he required after this. All right, rex enim Atheniensibus male volebat, for the king had a bad will, or wished badly, was ill inclined, you could say, to the Athenians, Atheniensibus, quod filius eius, Paulo ante, because his son, a little bit earlier, ab iis necatus erat, had been killed by them. All right, so some Athenians, I think they were like relatives of the king himself, maybe some of his nephews or something, had actually killed this son of Minos when he was visiting Athens. That's why he started the war and thus conquered them and all this. All right, back in line 51. Eo tempore Theseus, at that time Theseus, vir patriae amans, a man loving of his country. Now that's one way you could say something that we would basically understand as patriotic. All right, so vir patriae amans, who loved his country, atque gloriae cupidus, and desirous of glory. Okay, so in other words, he was ambitious. Athenes vivebat, lived in Athens. Qui nuper Athenas venerat, who had recently come to Athens, neque ibi fuerat, and had not been there, cum urbs a rege Minoe expugnata est, when the city had been conquered by King Minos. All right, Theseus, qui patrem Minotauri taurum album iam necaverat, Theseus, who had already killed the father of the Minotaur, Patrem Minotauri, the white bull, Taurum album. And by the way, let me just stop there for a second. This white bull was a beautiful, perfect specimen that had been sent by King Poseidon as a gift to Minos for being good to the gods. But Minos was supposed to sacrifice it to Poseidon, and he didn't. He tried to steal it and hide it away and sacrifice another bull instead. And that was the beginning of Minos' problems, because first he made the bull go crazy and ravage all over Crete, destroying it, and also he made Pasiphae, the wife of Minos, fall in love with the bull. She had Daedalus, the great Greek inventor, make her a cow suit, so she had an affair with the bull, and that's how the Minotaur got born. So it's a really scandalous story of this whole family here. But when Hercules was doing his labors, King Eurystheus, the evil king that set him the labors, sent him to Crete to get this bull, and he was supposed to bring it back alive. So he did, and when he got back to Greece, bringing it back alive, King Eurystheus was hiding in a jar and wouldn't even talk to Heracles. So Heracles just let the thing go, and it was ravaging the countryside in Greece, and that's why Theseus had to kill it. Okay, so again, if we look at line 54, Theseus, qui patrem Minotauri Tarum album Yam Nekawarat, who had already killed the father of the Minotaur, the white bull, and this is the so-called Cretan bull that we just described. All right, noam gloriam quaerens, seeking new glory, fresh glory, we might say. Minitarum ipsum quoque interficere constituit, decided to kill the Minotaur himself too. All right, so again, he's a very ambitious young hero. Theseus is the sort of national hero of Athens. He's the greatest Athenian hero. Itaque una cum ceteris Atheniensibus, and so, along with the rest of the Athenians, navim velis atris ornatum conscindit. He boarded the ship, conscindit navim, decorated in its dark or black sails, ornatum velis atris. Et in Cretam profectus est, and he set out for or towards Crete. Ibi continuo, there straightway, regim Minoim adiet, he approached the king Minos. Qui eum a militibus in labyrinthum duci iusit, who ordered him to be brought into the labyrinth by his soldiers, a militibus. Now, this is skipping over a brief part here. Often there's a little part of the story where they're down at the docks. He arrives on the ship. He says, "Hey, I'm going to end your rule, Minos, da-da-da." And Minos laughs at him. He's like, "No, really, I'm the son of Poseidon," because Theseus, as a lot of these heroes, has a mortal father. His mortal father is Aegeus, king of Athens, but he also has a divine father, as many heroes do. His divine father is indeed Poseidon. So Minos is like, "Yeah, right, I don't believe you're Poseidon's son." So he takes this ring off his finger and he throws it into the water, and Theseus jumps overboard. He swims down to the bottom of the ocean, gets the ring, brings it back, because, he's the son of Poseidon. Some versions, I think there are nymphs that Poseidon sends to help him, but in any case, the point is, he is the true son of Poseidon. And Minos kind of like laughs it off, "Oh, you got lucky." But in the midst of all this, also, the daughter of the king, her name is Ariadne, falls in love with Theseus, seeing this young heroic man swimming, probably in the nude. That's normal for Greeks, right? In the water, showing off his muscly body. And so she decides to help him out when her dad, Minos, puts him in the labyrinth. Okay, so here we go in line 60. Minos autem. Minos, however, filiam virginim habebat, had a unmarried daughter. Now, virginim means a young woman who's not married, typically. Qui nominerat Ariadna, to whom the name was Ariadne. All right, quae cum primum Thesium conspexit, who, when first she caught sight of Theseus, or when she first noticed Theseus, eum amare coipit, she began to love him, constituitque eum servare, and she decided to save him, to help him. Ariadna igitur, therefore Ariadne, antequam Theseus labyrinthum intravit, before Theseus entered the labyrinth, ad eum accesit, approached him, et sic loqui coipit, and began to speak thus. Contra Minotaurum, ego tibi auxilium fere non possum. Against the Minotaur I am not able, non possum, to bring you help, fere auxilium tibi. Dei inquitesus mihi auxilium ferent. The gods, says Theseus, will bring me help, ferent auxilium mihi, contra illum, against him. Now, I should note here, by the way, and this comes up in the myths quite pointedly, the Minotaur is a half brother of Ariadne, because again, her mom, Pasiphae, had the affair with the bull, and so this is her half brother. Okay, back to the story. At the end of line 66, Hodie certe Minotaurum occidam. Today, certainly, I will kill, occidam, is a synonym for interficiam. I will kill the Minotaur, Minotaurum. Atque cives meos a monstro illo terribile servabo. And I will save my citizens, cives meos, from that terrible monster. Bonum gladium gero. I wield a good sword. I bear a good sword, we could also say. Ad pugnam paratus sum. I am prepared, or I have been prepared for a fight. Now, I should note here, in a lot of the versions of the story, this myth that are given by the ancient Greek and Latin poets, the sword is not something he has, because one would think if he's being thrown into the labyrinth that his weapons would have been taken. So in the normal version that you typically see, Ariadne gives him the sword. All right? I don't know why they didn't put that in this version, but they didn't. All right. Tum Ariadna, then Ariadne says, inquit, hoc non dubito, this I do not doubt, sed quo modo exitum labyrinthe postea reperies, but how will you find, reperies, the exit of the labyrinth, exitum labyrinthe, afterwards, postea. Nemo ad hoc, no one yet, per se viam e labyrintho ferentem reperit. No one yet has found, reperit, the way leading out of the labyrinth, viam ferentem e labyrintho, by himself, per se. Ego vero tibi auxilium feram, but I will give you help, will bring you help. Ecce filum ad Daedalo factum. Look, a thread, filum, made by Daedalus, factum ad Daedalo. Quod tibi viam monstrabit, which will show you the way. Auxilio huius filii, by the help, by the aid of this thread, huc ad me redibis, you will return here to me. Haec locuta, having said these things, Ariadna Teseo filum longum dedit. Ariadne gave Theseus the long thread. So filum is a new word for thread. I think we've had linea before, which is coming from the root for linen. Linen is cloth or sort of thread material made from flax plants. And so again, we've had linea for string before. Filum here is a thin string, and thus a thread. All right. Atque ille, and he says, inquit, operire me, wait on me. Now, operire is a deponent imperative. It looks like it's a present active infinitive, like it ought to mean to wait, but this verb operior, operiri, is deponent, so that means it cannot be a present active imperative, infinitive, rather, because you don't have active forms for these verbs. So instead, this is the passive imperative form, and since it's a deponent verb, we translate it active. So wait on me, not be waited on, right, but wait on me. Hic ad Januum, here at the door. Noli temere, don't be afraid. Ego mortem non timeo, I do not fear death. Sine timore mortis, without fear of death. Contra hostem eo, I am going against the enemy. Brevi huc redibo, in a short time or soon I will return here. Neque sine te, nor without you, Ariadne, in patriam revertar, will I return to my country. So basically, he's promising to return to her. No worries, I'll kill the Minotaur, I'll come back quickly, and I will go back with you. So, yes, you're betraying your father and mother, the king and queen, and your half brother, whom I'm going to kill, the Minotaur. But that's okay, because I'm going to take you away, and we'll live happily ever after. Yeah, right. Iluk te me cum decam. I will bring you with me. Neque umquam te relinquam, nor will I ever leave you, abandon you. And unfortunately for poor Ariadne, this is one of the key myths that the Greek and Roman poets love to tell to illustrate how men always abandon women. These poor abused women. They just treat them so wrongly. There are so many of these heroes who are anything but heroic. And just like Theseus, they end up abandoning the young ladies. Now, Ariadne is going to end up better off in the end because Theseus is kind of a jerk. She ends up actually with a god instead. She marries Dionysus and sort of does live happily ever after. But that's after Theseus abandons her and she cries her eyes out. All right. Line 80. Hoc tibi policior. I promise you this. I promise this to you. Yeah, for what it's worth, Theseus. Okay. Tum Theseus. Then Theseus. Philum Ariadnae posse trahens, dragging the thread of Ariadne behind himself, posse. Labyrinthum intravit, entered the labyrinth. Ac sine mora, and without delay, Minotaurum in medio labyrintho expectantem pativit. He sought out the Minotaur waiting in the middle of the labyrinth. Quim post brevim pugnam, whom, after a short fight, gladio occidit, he killed with a sword. Minotauro occiso, ablative absolute, with the Minotaur slain, with the Minotaur killed, which is the synonym for basically saying, it's the same way of saying, after he had killed the Minotaur, but literally again, with the Minotaur killed. Theseus, philum Ariadnae, secutus, having followed the thread of Ariadne, exitum labyrinthi facile reperit, easily found the exit of the labyrinth. Ita, so, Theseus, ob amorem patriae, Theseus, on account of the love of his country, quive suos a monstro saevissimo servavit, saved his citizens, servavit quive suos, from the most savage monster, saevissimo monstro. Haec sunt quae narrantur de nece Minotauri. These are the things which are told about the what shall we call it? The death, the slaughter, the killing of the Minotaur. So nex necis is one of the words for death or slaughter, so it could be a synonym for mors, death, or kaides, which is another word for slaughter or killing. Okay, well that brings us to the end of section 2, and we will finish the story in section 3 in another video lesson. So I hope you learned a few things here about the myth, and picked up maybe on some vocabulary and whatnot. Walete